Hey, what you say, food family? Mike here, and welcome back to the channel for another great culinary adventure. Today we're embarking on a mouth-watering journey infusing two culinary powerhouses. I'm talking about North American smoked pork belly and Central and South American crispy fried chicharrones. Yeah, that's right, folks. We're going to smoke some pork belly, and then we'll deep fry it to make delicious crispy fried pork belly fajitas. We'll pair that with some fresh homemade guacamole. We'll be eating like kings. Gluttony guaranteed. If that sounds good to you, stick around and I'll show you how it's done. Let's get cooking. Alright folks, you see in front of me we got the star of the show, that delicious looking pork belly. I actually bought a whole one from Costco and just chopped it up into some sections. I'm going to be making a few different recipes with this pork belly, but for today we're doing these crispy fried smoked pork belly fajitas. We're going to start out by taking our pork belly and I'm just going to slice it into long strips. Alright folks, now that we got our pork belly sliced into long strips, just easier for the smoker, we can go ahead and season it up. Now since I'm making fajitas today, I'm going to go ahead and use this Buc-ee's Texas Roundup Fajita Seasoning. This was actually sent to me by my buddy over at johnnysgoods.com. If you're a big fan of Texas branded things like Buc-ee's or H-E-B and you don't live in Texas like me, you can have these sent straight to your front door. Check it out, johnnysgoods.com. I'll link it in the description below. But that being said, let's get these pork belly strips seasoned up. Just like any other barbecue thing, we're just going to put a good heavy coating on the outside. Alright, our pork belly is seasoned up with that Buc-ee's Texas Roundup Fajita Seasoning. It smells delicious. Let's head outside to the smoker. We're going to be running at 275 degrees today. Should take about 2.5 to 3 hours max. Alright folks, you can see now we got our pork belly slices in the smoker ready to go. Over some apple juice and apple cider vinegar, my standard pork smoking mixture of liquids to keep everything nice, juicy, and tender in the smoker. Alright folks, you saw in that previous clip looking in the smoker, I'm actually monitoring the internal temperature of the meat and the smoker itself with these ThermoPro temp spikes. I just picked these up, absolutely amazing. The heads monitor the ambient temperature of the smoker itself, and then the probe itself is obviously looking into the meat temperatures. Absolutely amazing. Million different settings and audible alerts for different meats and profiles already set, made to your phone in the app. Truly wireless, not wired to a base station that then transmits to your phone. These things are truly wireless, folks. So I got a link in the description below. You can check that out for a discount. I'm not sponsored by ThermoPro, but these things are amazing. I'm a big fan, so I highly suggest them. Alright folks, while that pork belly is in the smoker cooking away, we can go ahead and make that guacamole. Now, you can buy store-made guacamole, that's fine, but fresh is amazing and it's not that hard to do. So as you see in front of me, we got 6 basic ingredients. We got some white onion, some avocados, some Mexican limes, Roma tomatoes, a jalapeno, and some cilantro. All we got to do, take the seed out of those avocados, mash it up in a bowl, finally mince up about half this onion, put some lime juice, maybe 1 or 2 of these Roma tomatoes chopped up, some cilantro, and then we'll de-seed and devein the jalapeno. We don't want it too spicy. That's all we got to do, folks. So let's go ahead, get this stuff mixed up, and we'll have a fresh bowl of guacamole. Let that sit in the fridge for a couple hours while the pork smokes. It'll be tasting delicious. Folks, you saw in that previous clip, we got our guacamole mixed up. We just mashed that avocado by hand, mixed it up, a lot of lime and cilantro in there. If you're not big fans of cilantro, by all means, cut it back or leave it out completely, but it's absolutely amazing and delicious. And it doesn't taste like soap, I don't care what you say. That being said, we got one last thing for our guacamole today, and it's just a bit of salt to finish it off. About a teaspoon or so. Give that a final mix in. Alright, mine's kind of half chunky, half creamy. You can obviously mix yours as much or as little as you want. Let's give this a quick taste test. Cheers. Spoon licking good, folks. Now we're going to cover this up, throw it in the fridge. It's going to taste even better after an hour or so when those flavors really have time to meld together. So we're going to let our pork finish cooking. When we come back, we'll check on that, so stay tuned. Alright folks, our pork is done in the smoker. It is up to 160 degrees internal temperature. It is looking and smelling absolutely amazing. Cannot wait to dig in. But first, we got to fuse it with that Central and South American crispy style pork chicharrones. So when we come back, I'm going to go ahead and get the veggies prepped and cooked for our fajitas. We're going to let this cool for a bit, and then we'll throw it in our hot oil, 350 degrees, make it nice and crispy, and we'll be eating good. Stay tuned. Alright folks, welcome back. As you saw in the previous clip, we prepped our bell peppers and onions for the fajita mix. We went ahead and sauteed those off with some garlic salt in a hot pan, medium heat. 6-7 minutes total. Started with the bell peppers, 3-4 minutes, and then did the last couple minutes for the onions. We still want those to have a nice crisp bite to them, so don't cook them too long. Now that being said, our oil is hot, 350 degrees. We can go ahead and turn our attention to turning these smoked pork belly strips into chicharrones, or crispy fried pork belly. We don't have the skin on it today, so they're not true chicharrones, but, you know, work with me here. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to cook these in batches for 2 to 3 minutes, and we're going to double fry them to get extra crispy. So I'm going to start out with 2 strips. And we'll drop these in for 2 to 3 minutes, and then we'll do the other batch. And then we're going to double fry them, same thing, so stay tuned. Alright folks, we got the first fry on these done, about 2.5 minutes. I've let them cool off for about 5 minutes now or so. We're going to go ahead, add all 4 strips back to our fryer. We'll go ahead and fry these for about 2 to 3 more minutes, put that final crisp on them. As soon as we pull them out, we'll go ahead and put one more layer of that Buc-ee's Texas Roundup fajita seasoning on them to really seal in those flavors. Alright folks, we just pulled those out another 2.5-3 minutes. Do a little bit more seasoning just to really fortify those flavors. All right, I'm gonna let these cool. When we come back, we'll slice this up, plate everything up with that fresh guacamole, those fajita veggies, all in a nice warm corn tortilla. Stay tuned. Alright folks, we got our pork belly sliced up. It's smelling so good, we decided to bring in the official Grub on Grub taste tester. Give this a taste before we plate it up. So let's each take a piece and see what we think. Cheers. Oh folks, that is so good. Smoky, crispy on the outside, absolutely delicious pork belly. What do you think? Mm-hmm. He can't even say words, he's so dumbfounded by it. Alright, let me get this plated. You can take some more. Alright, let me get this plated up in our fajita form. We'll be right back. Alright folks, we got this plated up, looking absolutely delicious. I did a base layer guacamole, a little bit of that pork belly we smoked and then deep fried, some of those fajita veggies. Looks amazing. I'm going to do a little squeeze of lime, a little bit of fresh cilantro, and that's it folks. Let's dig in and see how it turned out. That is a street taco. Alright folks, that is so damn delicious. No way in hell I'm not about to finish this. So I'm going to finish this and I'll come back and tell you what I think. Folks, I think I may have just found my new favorite pork belly treat. Smoked pork belly, then deep fried, made into a delicious fajita or taco. You can of course enjoy this as a taco. I would suggest instead of the fajita vegetables, do some pickled red onion to cut the fat of that pork belly, but oh my goodness, folks, that is absolutely amazing. Starting out with that creamy guacamole on the bottom, on that fresh tortilla, layer of pork belly, those fajita veggies, nice crunch and crispness to them. Absolutely amazing all together. Of course, topping off with some fresh lime juice and cilantro. It's out of this world, folks. If you like what I made here today, be sure to check the links in the description below. That will see on my website with the recipe cards, with all the amounts, ingredients, everything you need to know to make these delicious smoked, crispy fried pork belly fajitas. I'm telling you what, folks, you're going to want to try this one. Also, if you like those Buc-ee's products or popular Texas brands, check out johnnysgoods.com. It's your online source for popular Texas brands. You can find anything and they'll ship it straight to your door. I'm telling you what, folks, that seasoning mix is absolutely delicious. I love it on these pork belly tacos or fajitas we made here today. It's absolutely wonderful. And that being said, it's been a pleasure cooking for you. Mike here signing off until next time. Just keep cooking.